All right, let's try this again, shall we? Creation is expectant. Psalm 104, verses 1 through 13. Bless the Lord, O my soul. O Lord my God, you are very great. You are clothed with honor and majesty. Who covers yourselves with light as with a garment? Who stretched out the heavens like a curtain? He lays the beams of his upper chambers in the waters. Who makes the clouds his chariot? Who walks on the wings of the wind? Who makes his angels spirits, his ministers a flame of fire? You who laid the foundations of the earth so that it should not be moved forever. You covered it with a deep as with a garment. The waters stood still above the mountains. At your rebuke they fled. At the voice of your thunder they hastened away. They went up over the mountains. They went down into the valleys, to the place which you founded for them. You have set a boundary that they may not pass over, that they may not return to cover the earth. He sends the springs into the valleys. They flow among the hills. They give drink to every beast of the field. The wild donkeys quench their thirst. By them the birds of the heavens have their home. They sing among the branches. He waters the hills from his upper chambers. The earth is satisfied with the fruit of your works. Creation is expectant. It doesn't question whether God will provide, and maybe it doesn't even become impatient when he's not providing on its timeline. But it knows he is faithful, and so it waits in place, ready to receive the right provision at the right time. In the meantime, it does its best to do the job it was created to do, in the place where it is. Sometimes the provision is refreshing rain. Other times it's the sun to dry it out and warm it up. It may be a deep cold that reminds it to huddle in close and rest. Or it could be a powerful storm with winds that rage and remind it that it's alive and it's time to act like it. Psalm 104, verses 14 through 18. He causes the grass to grow for the cattle and vegetation for the service of man, that he may bring forth food from the earth, and wine that makes glad the heart of man, oil to make his face shine, and bread which strengthens man's heart. The trees of the Lord are full of sap, the cedars of Lebanon which he planted, where the birds make their nests. The stork has her home in the fir trees. The high hills are for the wild goats. The cliffs are a refuge for the rock badgers. Creation doesn't ask, why am I here? What is my purpose? And it doesn't wonder if it's supposed to be where it's put. It just functions in this space that it occupies. The birds know their place, the hills know their purpose, and everyone stays in their own lane. Psalm 104, verses 19 through 26. He appointed the moon for seasons. The sun knows it's going down. You make darkness, and it is night, in which all the beasts of the forest creep about. The young lions roar after their prey and seek their food from God. When the sun rises, they gather together and lie down in their dens. Man goes out to his work and to his labor until the evening. O Lord, how manifold are your works! In wisdom you have made them all. The earth is full of your possessions. This great and wide sea in which are innumerable teeming things, living things, both small and great. There the ships sail about. There is that Leviathan, which you have made to play there. I wonder about this seemingly peaceful world the psalmist describes. Can it really be that calm? Why is nothing bustling? agitated, noisy, tumultuous, characterized by confused activity. Because that's how life seems in these days, despite my desperation that it not be. Psalm 104, verses 27 through 30. These all wait for you, that you may give them their food in due season. What you give them, they gather in. You open your hand, they are filled with good. You hide your face, they are troubled. You take away their breath, they die and return to their dust. You send forth your spirit, they are created, and you renew the face of the earth. And that's the difference. They wait for him. They don't run ahead, pushing their way and their will. They know he is in control of every little thing, and they're okay with that. They prefer that, actually. Hey friends, welcome back to Hope Cottage. It's been a little bit, but the Father has been doing some pretty great things in me and in my family as a whole. I took a long break and it was definitely needed. And now I like to come back and start fresh with somewhat of a new perspective, but mostly just a gentler tone. I really appreciate everyone who has stuck around. When I put up my goodbye video several months ago, I had a couple people drop off right away, but for the most part, everyone has stayed and I'm thankful. I've missed the community here. I'm looking forward to a fellowship with all of you again here on this channel. I really did think I was done with YouTube ministry, but something kind of weird happened while I was taking my break, and that is that I found that I studied much less than I did when I was running this channel before. I still had a great verbal relationship with the Father. I was still walking out the instructions of Yeshua, trying to model his walk and live my life according to the commands of God. I still talked to him all day long. None of that changed. In fact, that got just about as deeper as it's ever been. But I did find that I didn't hunger for his word as much. I think that's okay for a time. I think I needed to step away from voices and just listen to him, speaking straight to me without wondering if I'm interpreting this correctly or, all the things that we do as we're trying to understand scripture. But every time I would sit down to study, I found myself writing up messages. I've always done this. I've done this since I was a teenager. I call them my sermons. I've got loads and loads and loads of journals back there, shelves full of my sermons that I've written over the years, ever since I was a teenager and first following God. And it would really bug me. Why can't I just read this word and write down some thoughts, Father? Why do we have to do this whole teaching thing? I'm not teaching. I'm not preaching. I'm not talking to anybody. I'm not encouraging anyone right now other than my own household. I just want to read your word without focusing on other people. He's like, okay. And so I got basically nothing out of it. Why? Because my mission on this earth is to bless other people with the light that I have, right? What he shares with me, what he so freely gives to me, I am to freely give out. And once I came to that conclusion not long ago, I realized that that was an indication that it was really time. Your healing for this moment anyway is done. Now get back to work. The reason why the Father has me turn everything I study into some kind of message to share with others is because that's what he wants me to do with his word. And so we're going to do that again. If you have been with me on this channel for a long time, you will see it's all deleted. It's gone. I've deleted everything. I don't even have it saved. It's gone. It's time to start fresh. Not because anything as far as my, biblical beliefs or my understanding of scripture has changed, but because I want a different tone. I want a gentler tone. He's made me to be a teacher, And he's giving me everything I need to teach what he wants me to teach. And that's why my Bible study time looks like it does, because that's what he wants me to do with his word. It seems kind of obvious when you look at it from that perspective. I think in a way, I've kind of believed a lie, right? My life is not my own, and the things that he shows me are not to be hidden away for my eyes only. Yeah, I should hide them in my heart, but I really think that that means more like keep them in my heart while I go out and share them with other people. But I think all in all, God has given me a time to just rest in him, be reminded of who he is, be reminded of joy, be reminded of peace, and be reminded that my mission field is never going to be found in an echo chamber. I've got to get out. So what am I going to do with this channel? Well, a lot of encouraging messages, hopefully. I would like to do Bible studies. I'm even thinking about doing a live Bible study. I just am not sure what day of the week and what time of day people would be most interested. I thought about doing one on Shabbat morning. However, my friend Constance at Cosmopolitan Cornbread does a Shabbat morning Bible study, and I don't want to coincide with hers, right? And then I thought about maybe Friday night. I'm really not sure. You guys can let me know what you think. I'm on Central Time if that helps at all. I was even thinking about maybe bringing back the Friday morning prep day radio that I used to do. But whatever I do, I want it to be done with love. I want it to be done with kindness. I just really want to be encouraging, and I also want to make sure that anything I say can be backed up biblically. I hope this blessed and encouraged you, friends. I will see you soon. Bye-bye. Psalm 104, verses 31 through 34. May the glory of the Lord endure forever. May the Lord rejoice in his works. He looks on the earth and it trembles. He touches the hills and they smoke. I will sing to the Lord as long as I live. I will sing praise to my God while I have my being. May my meditation be sweet to him, and I will be glad in the Lord.